So today's video is going to be some face of neglected makeup, so let's just get straight into it. Primer, only have one primer. Don't exactly neglect it, I do use it regularly. So I'm just gonna blend that in using my Real Techniques brushes. For foundation, not use this as much, like it's slightly too dark, so I haven't really been bothered to use like the right shade. Haven't got the right shade, so I haven't really been bothered to like mix moisturizer, and just it's been so warm that foundation's a bit much. I'm gonna use a little bit. Just gonna use a very small pump. Just gonna use a brush and just mix the two together. Just gonna lighten it up. Try and get a good colour match. Put this on my face. And a bit down the neck. Probably does look like I barely have anything on. So I'm probably gonna add a pump more. Only a very slight pump of foundation. Just to make it look like I've actually got some kind of foundation on. Not using too much because obviously it's quite warm. Blending it out. This will probably look a bit better when I've actually put the rest of my makeup on. So, concealer. This is the only one I have. I haven't really neglected concealer, but I haven't used it a ton in this heat. I use a brush because it's much quicker. Going for very light coverage today because it's just too warm for full coverage. Powder, I haven't really got my neglected powder, which was my MUA powder. I got rid of because it crumbled and it was just crumbling. So now I just have my Holy Grail Maybelline Fit Me, but I did kind of neglect it a bit because I found that when I did sweat, it made me a bit orange looking. Bronzer, I haven't really been wearing any face makeup when it's been warm as such. Getting some use to these brushes. Found wearing a lot less makeup saved me on washing brushes. Starting with a very small amount. Gonna use the Maybelline Cheeky Blush, which I normally do get a fair amount of use, but haven't been wearing it in this heat. Very small amount. Kind of doing that thing where it don't come out of the tube. But we've got some product that came out. Blending it out. Then for highlighter, I haven't really been using my Makeup Revolution highlighters. Also, I've not really used this as much in the heat, but I'm like, it's too warm for sticky makeup, so I'm just going to use the powder. But I'm going to use them all each. We're going to start with this one, which gets a fair amount, has had a fair amount of use. These are just so nice buildable highlighters. I ought to get rid of that because the lid came off. Well, still on top gives like the glue effect, and I really do like. Eyeshadow primer, just going to use my Barry M. I've still been using this. I always use this to prime my eyelids. Haven't used a different primer ever, other than like using concealer. So my two neglected palettes are my two of my MUA palettes, the Purist and the Jewel palette. So these two palettes here. So I'm going to do a look combining these two palettes. I did do a one palette 3 looks with this palette. Will at some point do a one palette 3 looks with this one. So I'm going to take my brushes, which are currently just in this towel chilling. I'm going to take this cream and just use it at the base. It's like a very light, very pigmented, very powdery. So now I've kind of got like a sort of base. It's a bit much, but it'll probably work with like the deeper colours. So I'm going to start with like the deep red, which I use quite a lot. Press into that inner corner. This won't look like a lot till probably finished. I think this colour story is probably a little bit more neutral than I would go for. That's probably why I don't tend to dip into it as much. Because I have bright colours, whereas other palettes have like brighter colours. This one's a bit more of a neutral colour story. Gonna take some of the pink and really run that in the crease. Doing a very blown out pink and good look. Really need to blend. This is quite big and blown out. It's very warm in here, so I'm gonna spray my brush. I'm gonna go in this palette and just use this like purple. I used to use this palette a lot. I used to use this palette so much. Then I wanted the jeweled palette, got it. And I don't think I played with these as much as I was thinking I would. For the lower lash line, we definitely need like a strong lower lash line, so I'm probably going to dip into this orange. Definitely very blown out. Gonna do like a green shimmer on that outer corner, so I'm gonna go into the Purist palette. Gonna use gonna spray my brush. Use one of these more glycerin. Foiled shimmers. These are kind of crumbly. Gonna bubble on this brush, you go back in with you in the corner. Sort of. Oh, I know that I probably haven't had as much use of is probably this one. It's like newer to my collection, so I'm gonna do this. Style I haven't used as much recently is this one, the Maybelline Cereal Falsies, so I'm going to use this one today. It's a nice lift that gives. So, got so many neglected lip products. Like far too many lip products. This is the pile of neglected things. Eyeliner pencil, haven't used this one as much. Getting them to join up a little bit. Then we have all of these products. So I'm going to use Elf Cure in Cherry Bomb. Probably going to put another gloss on top. I'm going to probably use this. I like this, but I don't use it enough. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye.